Now the next thing we're going to talk about here with the stoichiometry is limiting reactant or limiting reagent. It can be used interchangeably. Limiting reactant or limiting reagent. First, let's try to get an understanding as to what it is. The limiting reactant is the reactant that is used up first in a chemical reaction. It determines the amount of product that can be formed in the reaction. Okay? It's the one that limits how much product you can produce. Think about it this way. Okay? Let's say that I wanted to make a batch of colored paint. Okay? And I wanted to make a pink paint. Okay? And I have some white paint and I have some red paint, and I'm going to mix those two together to get the pink that I want. All right, let's just simple as that. Let's say I want it to be a little bit light, so I want it to be like a 1 gallon to 3 gallon white to red. Okay, so if I want to make the perfect pink for whatever paint whatever I'm using the paint for, I want a 3-to-1 ratio of white to red. Now I go in my basement and I have some paint, okay? I have 4 gallons, let me erase that and go a different color. I have 4 gallons of red and I have 130 gallons of white. Don't ask me why I have 130 gallons of white. I got 130 gallons of white, okay? And I have 4 gallons of red, all right? Even though I have 134 total gallons, I'm not going to be able to use all those to keep the ratio 3-to-1 that I want. One of these reactants, one of these reagents, the red or white gallons, is going to limit how much I can produce. And I bet a lot of you can see, well, if I have 4 gallons of red and I want to keep that 3-to-1 ratio, then I would only use 12 of that 130. Okay? So I could make a total, like again, if I wanted to paint my whole house pink, I don't know if I would want to do that, but I would only be able to get a total of 16 total gallons of my pink colored paint because I want to keep it to that 3-to-1 white to red ratio, even though I have 134 gallons. So basically what's happening here is it's saying that this 4 gallons is my limiting reactant. This white is my excess reactant. I just got plenty of it. It doesn't matter that I have 130. Okay, I need to keep that ratio. So that's what a limiting reactant is. Kind of, you saw on the slide before, in the video before, talking about how we had some water being produced and we had excess hydrogen. It just means that we had enough that it didn't matter. You can think of it more, this limiting reactant, more on like a chemical reaction. Let's say I have some zinc and some hydrochloric acid. Okay, I've got 5 grams of zinc and I have some hydrochloric acid. There's going to be a point where I put my hydrochloric acid with my zinc that it doesn't matter if I keep adding more hydrochloric acid, I'm not going to be producing more gas. This is just a simple, okay, single replacement reaction. If I want to produce a bunch of hydrogen, let's say I want to build blow up a balloon so I can explode it, okay, and I want a whole bunch of hydrogen. But if I'm limited to how much zinc I have, it doesn't matter if I've got a ton of hydrochloric acid. Once I'm out of zinc, once I've used it up, there's no more zinc to react with the hydrochloric acid, I'm done. So that's what a limiting reactant is. That's kind of the definition of it, and again, just the understanding of kind of what a limiting reactant is versus the excess. Okay? The next video is going to describe how to solve and what kind of problems are going to be used for that.